Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai. And this gonna be you could call it exhortation or mighty chapter in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. What I'm finna get into the whole chapter of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. And it's one of a chapter, it's a chapter that I've read that's mainly everything highlighted. It's a beautiful chapter through the spirit, man. Like Wisdom of Solomon, Sirach, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs. Those are the books. Psalms, a book of wisdom, man. And I love getting into these books. Put you on a lot of game, man. Put you on a lot of wisdom, especially as being young. We kind of getting put on game for certain situations that's gonna come that haven't happened yet. When we get older, we're gonna experience different things. So it's kind of it's kind of as if when you read these type books, it's like you're talking to a wise elder. It's like you're talking to a wise elder that experienced a lot. That's how we feel, how I feel when I get into these books of wisdom. But yeah, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 is a very, very mighty book. I hope brothers and sisters, get a spirit boost while I'm reading through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shalom. Try to break it down to the best of my ability. Through the spirit, whatever the most I put on my spirit to say during this, Lord willing, I'm going to say it and be edifying to the nation. So this Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them. So that's already very, very fire, man. The Most High God letting us know the righteous don't have nothing to worry about. If you keeping these commandments, keep with the faith, as you love your brothers, you love yourself. You separate yourself from this wicked world. The Most High God say, no torment shall come upon you. Meanwhile, on a deeper level, you can look at it as, because some people look at this as torment right now, which is true as well. The Most High God to keep you protected, and you wonder why brothers be on the highways and byways, and nothing really happened to them. You have people sending death threats to them, come up with guns, want to fight, but they always seem like they protected because the scripture right here. You can also think about it in the time of Jacob's trouble, and when things start to kick off, when we really start seeing the famines, the pestilence in the air, what I'm saying, on people's skin. You start seeing all the air getting polluted, people passing out of hunger, starvation, ain't drunk no water in about 10 days, they passing out, people eating each other. The Most High God saying, man, during this time, you're going to have a lot of our people that's keeping these commandments going to be protected. Kind of like the movie The Book of Eli, how he was protected when he was walking around, things like that. You're going to have brothers and sisters that been keeping these commandments, and when this stuff hit the fan, they're going to be protected. They're going to go untouched, and the plague of this world that's going to touch down on Babylon is not going to touch down on us because we've been keeping these laws and commandments. Verse 2, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. So, when brothers and sisters die in this truth, or I ain't gonna say in this truth, but when brothers and sisters die, especially a brother that may have, I say that may have been keeping the commandments, and during that time when all hell breaking loose, and they're gonna be putting men to death for keeping the commandments, things like that, man. They're gonna be putting you to death if you don't bow down to get down with the system. They're gonna try to put you to death. And it's a lot of brothers and sisters that's gonna die in that day. They're gonna be martyrs for the Most High God, and they might die. But it says the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. So they looking at you when you get your head, when you finna get your head chopped off by the guillotine because you don't want to eat no pork. They looking at like misery, like, oh my gosh, she just got her head chopped off. Oh my God, he just got hung. They look at his misery like, oh my gosh. That's how they looking at it because they unwise. They don't have understanding. They don't understand what the scriptures say. They don't understand when you die for the Most High God. When you die for the Most High God, you already got a ticket mainly in the kingdom of heaven. You already got a ticket in the kingdom of heaven when you become a martyr for this truth. But they don't look at it like that. They look at it as like, oh my God, he's died, he's dead, his head's gone, oh my God, oh my God. They don't look at it like, man, that man in the kingdom of heaven right now. He gonna get the whole nother body. They don't look at it like that because they unwise. And we know that you get wise through the scriptures. It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. So the Bible letting you know they look at it when you die as utter destruction. Like, man, a lot of people don't even really realize that we are the spirit, that we have a spirit inside of us, which is us. This flesh is not us. But a lot of our people think that we are the flesh. So when this flesh die, when this flesh die, they look at it like you gone forever. Like you dead, like you're done. Period. They don't look at it as your spirit leave your body and go up. They don't look at it like that. They look at it like you finished, like you over with. Like this life here, after this life, you're done. Ain't no more living after this. That's how you look at it. So they think that you're done. But the Bible said you're at peace. Because they don't understand. They don't understand they don't understand death and what happens and what goes on. They don't understand that. They don't understand none of that stuff. So they think about it as with a carnal mind. But the Bible said we gotta think of don't think carnal. Let me get a precept. Prove all things. It is precept right here. Let me see. Second Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. So um so we know that the weapons of our welfare is not carnal. Nothing that we see on this earth is carnal. Period. None of these things that we see is really carnal. Everything is spiritual. Literally every single thing that we experience, or somebody may be angry, stressed out, anxiety, they got spirits on them, man. Everything is spiritual. Let me get this precept right here. That's facts. Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So the Bible said to be carnal minded is death. You carnal. You literally carnal. Of course you're gonna be stressed out in the ways of the world because you're carnal. You're not thinking spiritual. You're not thinking this is a test. You're not thinking that the Most High God is trying me through the fire. When you carnal minded, you're not thinking about that. You looking at everything as fleshly instead of looking at everything spiritually. That's why we know brothers and sisters are gonna be at peace when they die for the Most High God, because they was martyrs. They died for the truth. So we understand. So just like if we in line, right? We all in line finna get ready to get our heads chopped off by the guillotine, and the brother get his head chopped off. We're not gonna look at it as like he's done, he's finished, he's done living. We're gonna look at it like brother at peace, man. He at peace. He chilling right now. He chilling. That's how we gonna look at it. But a lot of people ain't gonna look at it because we are in a carnal society. Um, Verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. So the Bible said, yeah, we get punished by men. Like we get punished every single day. And we ain't really seen nothing yet because, we know it's gonna get worse throughout time. But the Bible said, for though they be punished in the sight of men, it's gonna come a time where we gonna get, man, like Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ. He was punished in front of everybody. They beat him in front of everybody. They punched him in front of everybody. They spit on him in front of everybody. They had him on the cross so everybody can see him. So that same thing gonna happen to us because we are drinking of that. We decided we're gonna drink of that cup that he drunk out of. So we're gonna have to go through the same things that he went through. So he said, the Bible letting you know, for though we be punished in the sight of men, yet is there a hope for immortality. So we understand, right? And this was gonna get us through. Really, this really was gonna get us through the times to come. When we may be getting hit with a web, or like I said, they might have your head underwater. They might try to electrocute you. We understand that we got immortality after this life. We understand if we fold, it ain't nothing here but death. So this was gonna get us through. This was gonna get us um through the pain and the torture that we going through. That's what's gonna get us through that immortality, that hope of the kingdom of heaven, that hope of everlasting life, not having to work no more, having servants and handmaids, having your own kingdom. But it's something that we're gonna look forward to, man. And that's what's gonna push us through. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh proveth them and found them worthy for himself. So the Bible said, having been a little chastised, you gotta think everything that we go through, it's little in them. It's little, man, to what we to what we deserve. The Most High God is merciful to us, man. We deserve way more. We deserve way more punishment than what we're going through. But the Most High God, He said this, and having been a little chastised. So anything that you're going through right now, and it may seem impossible to overcome, the Most High God says only a little to what you really deserve. It's only a little bit to what you really deserve. Let me get this precept right here. Job 11:6, and that he will show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that Yahweh exalteth of thee less than thou iniquity deserveth. So, man, that showed the Most High God mercy, man, because we're going through things right now that we should. It may, man, we supposed to be going through way more chastisement than what we're going through now. We're supposed to, but the Most High God, He having mercy upon us, man. He giving us a little bit to what we deserve. We was wicked, man. Think about it. We was wicked. Come in the world, right? Coming to this truth, still slipping up, still going off. Gotta repent. Hey, man, we deserve it. We supposed to be dead. Hey, he was finna kill us. He wasn't finna be no more nation of Israel until Moses talked them out of it. He was finna kill us, man. He was finna kill us. Um, he said, as gold. I know he said my bad. And he said, and found them worthy for himself. And he said, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. So that goes back to him trying us, man. He always gonna try us just to see, what we buy, just to see if we really sincere, just to see do we really want this thing. He gonna truly, truly try us. He gonna truly, truly try us. Truly, truly try our spirit to see if we really, really want this kingdom. He gonna try us. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Right? Then shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. I mean, so that's letting you know that we're gonna have dominion over these nations. That's letting you know that we are gonna have dominion over these nations. He said we're gonna judge the nation. This is what comes with enduring to the end. This what comes with the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna judge the nations. Then the Bible said that. Let me get this precept. Let me get this precept. First Corinthians 6:2. Do ye know that the saints shall judge the world, and the world shall be judged by you? Are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? So the saints, which are the Israelites, going back to Psalms 50:5, we're the ones that made a covenant with the Most High God by sacrifice. Romans 9:3-4. We the saints. He said that we are going to judge the nations. That's what comes with being an authority, right? And he said, and have dominion over the people. So we're gonna have that. This is what comes with Being an Israelite and enduring to the end. You endure to the end, the Most High God gonna bless you with dominion. We don't have dominion here. Even these so-called celebrities, these rappers, these musicians, these athletes, they don't even have dominion here to a certain extent. I'm talking about worldwide dominion. They don't have that. They don't have that, man. They don't have money with their face on it. They don't have countries, places named after them. They don't have that. That mean they don't have dominion. But we're gonna have that if we endure to the end. This what comes with it, man. This what comes with the promises in Romans 9 and 3 and 4 that he said he was gonna give us. This what comes with it. And the most high God is not a man that he shall lie. Um he said, and their Lord shall reign forever. Our Lord Yahweh Shai, he gonna reign forever. So and he gonna be ruling these nations as well. Let's get that. He gonna have a rod of iron. What do you think? We're gonna be next in line behind Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ. And the Bible tell you that he's gonna have a rod of iron in his hand as well, ruling these nations. So we're gonna have one too as well. Romans chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. He shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So he's saying, man, if you that overcome, this a precept, this what I just read. He that overcometh and keepeth my words until the end. Matthew 24 and 13. He that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. So if you keep his word until the end, um, he gonna give you rulership over these nations. You're gonna rule them with a rod of iron. That says the most high God, man. That says the most high God. Um, verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath cared for his elect. So we put our trust in the Most High God, man, we're going to understand the truth. We're going to truly, truly understand the truth. I ain't talking about Christianity, I ain't talking about Islam. You're going to understand the truth of this Bible. He's gonna give you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to break down this Bible, because it's a lot of people that open this Bible up and read it, but they don't have understanding on the scriptures. They don't read the whole Bible, but they don't understand. They don't really have no understanding. They just read it. They read like a regular book, because although this is one of the biggest selling books in the world, people still don't have the understanding in this book. Still don't. You have to be chosen to be able to understand this book, and not everybody that open the Bible up is chosen. Look at that movie, The Book of Eli. White dude, Edomite. He was trying to get the book from Eli. He got the book, but he didn't read it. He couldn't understand it because it wasn't meant for him. It wasn't meant for him to understand. So that just show you right there that although the Bible, you can purchase the Bible and have it in your face and read it, it doesn't mean that you will get to understand of it, because this book is spiritual. And only the Most High God can open your eyes to be able to understand this book. And he said, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints. So we know, like I said, I broke down who the saints is. Psalms 50 and 5, his saints made a covenant with him with sacrifice. And we know Israel are the only people that made a covenant with the Most High God by sacrifice. So he said his grace and mercy is to the saints. That show you right there, even throughout the Bible, man. Throughout the whole Bible, he's always mentioning Israel. Israel is mentioned way more than Christian in the Bible. I think Christian is only mentioned one time in the Bible, but Israelite is mentioned probably over 1,000 times in the Bible. But yet you have our people rather say they Christian than being an Israelite or being a saint. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God said his mercy and grace unto the saints, which are the Israelites. And he hath cared for his elect. He cared for his elect, man. We don't know who the elect is. The Most High God know who the elect is, but we don't. But he cared for the elect. He love us, man. Lord, I say us, not saying it proudly, but Lord willing, I say us because I got confident, Lord willing, that I'll be part of that number. So he got care for us, man. He understands what we going through. He understands that we love him and that we truly want to serve him. He understands how this flesh can get in our way, but he understands that we trying our hardest to love and to serve him and he got mercy and grace upon his saints, man. So it's a beautiful thing to be an Israelite that's in the knowledge of the truth and that's keeping the commandments, because you have a lot of people that know they Israelites. They they're not keeping the commandments though. They ain't gonna do no good. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. So, but the ungodly, they gonna be punished, man. The ungodly, they got something coming to them. The brothers and sisters that want to do what they want to do, they want to keep no commandments. You got the other nations, they got to pay for what they did. Man, it's gonna be a lot of judgment going on, bro. It's gonna be a lot of death and destruction going on when Yahweh shall come back. So so the people that imagine wickedness and vain things, they're gonna be punished with their own imaginations. So just imagine, just say a brother wishing death upon another brother. That's what he wishing on the other brother gonna come back on him. His own imagination is gonna come back on him. That's why it's very important to have positive thoughts. Rebuke those wicked thoughts that come in your mind, because the Most High God can have those thoughts happen to you or a close family member, or a close friend that you truly love. The Most High God know everything about us. He know what can break us. So it's very important to try to have as much positive thoughts as we can, because these thoughts that we have towards another brother or sister can come upon us. That's very, very deep when you think about it. Um, for whoso despise wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labor unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. For whoso despise wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. So if you despise wisdom and nurture, you are miserable. Miserable. This knowledge and understanding is the best news, because if you despise this, you don't understand that we have something next. You don't understand that we have something coming that's greater than this. You don't understand that because you're not getting to this book. You're just thinking that this is America's it. After this is it. It ain't no kingdom of heaven after this. Because you don't truly have to understand. You don't have the wisdom. That's why we have to get into these scriptures and read, man. We have to get into these scriptures and read, because this book is about us and our people. So it's very important to get into it and read and understand what's coming for us, because this place that we live in, Babylon the Great, can have you stressed out, and you don't understand that it's something greater, because that keep us going. Thinking about the kingdom of heaven, that keep us going. Thinking about our mortal bodies, that keep us going. A lot of our people in the world, they don't really have that nothing to keep. They don't really have that thought that it's something after this. So they struggle. They struggle mentally. They wanna fold. They wanna give up. But this what keep us going is these scriptures, the wisdom that the Most High God blessed us with. That what keeps us going. Um, and their hope is vain. Yeah, man, your hope is vain in this truth. I mean, my bad. Your hope is vain when your hope is vain when you in the world. My bad. So like, yeah, my real say that's why people be killing themselves. They don't have no hope. They think this is it. That's true. That's true. A lot of our people kill themselves, man. They end it because they don't know what is something after this. We know that. So we not, Lord forbid, thinking we want to kill ourselves because we stressed out and we depressed. Because we understand, man, this is only temporary. A lot of our people don't understand that it's only temporary. They think that this paying bills, they think this is the way of life forever. So they're not setting their mind to something coming that you don't have to pay bills. So cause they so used to paying bills. So when they point where they feel like, man, this is it, this is hell, they kill themselves because they don't understand it's something greater to come. This is wisdom. Getting to these scriptures is wisdom. They give us understanding. This give us hope. And if we got our mind on the future, man. We keeping our minds on things above. Let me get that. Let me get that precept. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 2. Set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth. See? So the Bible letting you know, set your affection on things above. Set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth. So we understand this truth. to set our affection and our love on things above, things that's spiritual, things that actually matter. But a lot of our people in the world, they don't know this precept. So they is setting their mind on things of the earth. They is setting. The Bible said, don't set your uh he said, set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth. So the Bible said, don't really set your affection on things of the earth because it's gonna perish. It's temporary. Everything here that you see with your eyes in this world is temporary. But a lot of our people, they don't understand it. They think this is ever. They think this is forever, forever way of life. But we have understanding through the Spirit and power of the Most High that we are gonna have something greater, and the kingdom of heaven is for us, man. That's gonna be our everlasting rest. We understand that because we have the wisdom through the power of Yahweh Shema Shai to understand what He's saying in these scriptures. And their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and their children wicked. So this going into the wicked, and we see this on an everyday basis. It said their wives are foolish, man. We always see, mainly, especially our people, the women that they be with be foolish, man. They be, not all of them, but a lot of them in the world, they be loud mouthed. They be nigger women, man. They be foolish. They don't have nothing positive coming out their mouth. They calling they husband the B word, the N word, slapping them in the face, pushing on them. They are foolish. They are foolish. And they say, and their children wicked, and they have bad kids. That's what goes on in the so-called black community. You always had a wicked woman and a wicked man too, because a wicked man is given to a wicked woman, and they always had the bad kids because there is not no wisdom. Because it starts with the man. The man is the head of the household. If he not feeding his family wisdom, what they gonna have? Foolishness. They're gonna be fed foolishness if he not feeding them wisdom. So the woman foolish, then the child looking at him, now he foolish. So that just it's a cycle. They're wicked. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls, man. So the most I say, basically, blessed is that woman that, you know, that wasn't really, well. How can I say this? Blessed is that woman that was, because back in that time, it still is to this day, but we know that we've been destroyed. We've been destroyed. We've been um programmed to think that when you sleep around with all these different people, that's the move. Back then, being a virgin, in this account, is having never laid with no one. That was beautiful in the Most High eyes, and still to this day. So he said, "Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed." So blessed is that woman that did never know the sinful bed, right? She never knew the sinful bed. And the thing about that is, it's a beautiful thing of the Most High, right? Because the Most High said, "Blessed is that woman that never um knew the sinful bed." She wasn't sleeping she wasn't hopping from man to man. But check this out. This the beautiful thing about the Most High God. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things are become new. So we understand just by the things that we went through in the world that it's a lot of our sisters that are not virgins, right? But they still can fit this verse because you come into this truth, you repent, you're a new creature. So all the things that you did back in those times when you didn't have the understanding, that's why the Most High God said in Acts 17:30. Let me get that. But that's a beautiful thing. So technically, you're a new creature. It's Acts 17:30. In the times of his ignorance, God winked at, but now commanded all men everywhere to repent. So at the time of our ignorance, the Most High God winked at the things that we went through and the things that we did that unknowingly. He winked at it. So, he said the offspring is cursed. Wherefore, now this talking about actually, in a sense, talking about a whore. It's talking about a whore that's that's hopping from man to man. That's what defiles the bed. That's a sinful bed, according to the scriptures. The Bible says it shouldn't be no whore or the daughters of Zion. Let me get that piece up. This is Deuteronomy 23:17. There should be no whore of the daughters of Zion, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. So it can't be no sodomites, can't be no homosexual men, and no harlot women. So he was letting you know, man, blessed is that woman that wasn't in a sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. And blessed is the eunuch which with his hands have wrought no iniquity. So a eunuch is a person that that got their private cut off, not because they wanted to be a transgender. They got it cut off maybe at war when some man captured you. They'll cut it off, or maybe in an accident that you had to get it cut off. It wasn't because they wanted to change genders. It's saying, blessed is the eunuch which with his hands have wrought no iniquity, nor imagine wicked things against God. For him shall be given the special gift of faith and inheritance in the temple of the Lord, more acceptable in his mind. So, man, the Most High gonna give you a special, Most High God, because the Most High God understand, like, bro, a man that don't got his private part, that's tough, man. That's tough. So the Most High God gonna give him special faith. So that means he gonna be able to do anything. Because the Bible said if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. So this Most High God gonna bless this man extremely because he understand his circumstances. He understand he missing an important part of his body. So the Most High God gonna bless him with extreme faith and the inheritance of the temple of the Lord more acceptable to his mind. So the Most High God gonna bless this man. For glory is the fruit of good laborers, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded. My bad. Yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. For if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. So we don't want to. That's why it's a beautiful. It's a good thing that we coming into this truth, brothers finding, sisters that's in this truth, or sisters that's trying to come into this truth. So we trying to break generational curses, man. You know what I'm saying? Because brothers don't understand that what you do, can be a result on how your children be. So it's very important to as us right now to try our best to keep these commandments and sincere in the truth, so our children won't have to get no type of judgment on that end on what we did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened to us. That's what's happening. That's why it seems like we're in a cycle of unrighteousness going on in the so-called Black and Latino community, because we are constantly under judgment because we are being wicked. We are being wicked, and the children learning from the father, because some of they it's we got to break these generational curses, man. We got to break them. Only way we're gonna break these generational curses is to come back to the Most High God and keep His commandments. Because when we keep these commandments, that teaches how to be men, and it starts off with the men. When the men get in order, the women will get in order. When the women get in order, the children gonna be in order, right? So it's something that we have to get ourselves right for. The Most High God said this right here, this precept right here, and I'm in this video. But the Most High God said this right here. Ah, that precept is. Second Ezra 14 and 13. Now therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So the Bible said, I want that first part. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. So the Bible letting you know, man, to set your house in order. Set your house in order under the Most High God laws, statutes, and commandments, and you will never fail. Period. You will never fail through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. You keeping these commandments and you fear him, you will never fail, man. So Lord witness was edifying, man. Just Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Mighty chapter through the spirit. Just remember, man, when stuff hit the fan and you may be in a situation to where you finna have to be a martyr, remember that there are mortal things that you gonna receive that's not gonna be temporary. The kingdom of heaven that you're gonna receive is not gonna be temporary. The immortal body is not gonna be temporary to the point where you're only gonna have 50 years in that body, then you have to go back to a fleshly body. No. Remember that everything that you go through, that you're gonna have is gonna be immortal. So anything that you may be going through during the time of trickle trouble, take it under the chin, because you understand when you keep your mind focused on things above, you thinking that you already knowing this was coming for me. This what I'm going through right now. Once I give up the ghost, I ain't feeling no pain. I'm gonna get my new body, and that's something we gotta think about during the times that we coming in. So with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Shai, Kwame Asharala, death to America, and death to these heathens. Shalom.